All right, guys. So I wanted to do a real quick video today, and it's not really a tip video. It's not going to be real in depth, but it's kind of a public service video because lately I wanted to kind of freshen up the truck a little bit. I've got a 2018 3500 Ram, and it's a dually, and I wanted to put some new wheels on it, which I got the wheels, got brand new tires. I'm really excited about them, but the process of figuring out what the proper wheels and tires would be for this truck was a little bit more intensive than I thought that it would be. I'm hauling around this Lance 975. It's a truck camper that weighs around 4,500 pounds with all of my gear in it, and I'm also towing a boat behind it. So I'm fully aware that I need to make sure that I am choosing the right equipment for my truck for the job. So I was fortunate enough that I did a little bit of research going into it, because the one thing that I was really surprised about was when I started looking at dually wheels. Okay, and I ended up getting the Moto Metal MO 995s. They weren't exactly my first choice. They weren't even my second or third choice, but I ended up getting these wheels because of the capacity. I was amazed at the fact that most of the aftermarket wheels that are offered for dually trucks are only rated for like 2,500 pounds, and that's definitely not enough for the type of hauling that we do with truck campers. And so I wanted to kind of just let you guys know that if you are in the market for aftermarket wheels, definitely do some research, because the capacity that these right here are 3,200 pounds, which isn't even as much as I'd like them to be, but they're definitely a little bit better than the stock wheels, the steel wheels that were on there. And they're definitely better than the 2,500 pound capacities on most of the other dually wheels out there. And so just make sure that you pay real close attention to the capacities. Again, I'm running about 4,500 pounds right there. This is a real heavy truck to begin with, and you factor in the fact that I've got an extension, a hitch extension that goes out to tow the boat. There's a lot of weight involved, and so you want to really pay attention to that. I'm not an expert as far as tires or wheels go, but I know that it's really important to pay attention to capacity. So if you're going to your dealership to get new wheels and tires, make sure they're the correct type. Just to kind of round out my choices as far as what I selected for my truck, I decided to stick with the 17-inch wheels. I stayed as close to stock as possible. That's what I like to do. In fact, it's pretty much exactly the same as my stock wheels. They just look a lot better. I picked the same tire size. I didn't want to change a whole lot, especially I didn't want a too big of a tire, because I don't want to add any height to it, and I also don't want to add any a width as far as how far the tires go out from the fenders, because those are all things that I'm worried about with a truck camper, taking it on and off the truck. I ended up getting these Wild Peak. I guess the exact name for these are the Falcon Wild Peak AT3Ws. I did a lot of research on these. Seem to be a really good tire. They're a good all-terrain tire. They're a little bit more aggressive. And they've got a real deep tread, and they're supposedly a really good all-around tire. And so far, driving around, they're very, very quiet, which I'm very happy with. And they're rated for they're an E-rated tire, so that should be the weight rating. I think the weight rating on the tire wall itself says 3,085, but overall, I just wanted to do this video because it's so important, hauling a truck camper, to have the right components on your truck, because we're dealing with a lot of weight, and it's a big safety issue, not only just a inconvenience. And one thing I need to add is, if you do have aftermarket wheels, one of the things that I learned doing some research online is that a lot of times, if you're going to have a wheel that isn't rated and it's overloaded, you're going to start seeing some stress cracks around, you know, the spokes of the wheel, you know, these right here. So make sure that you check those. If you did happen to buy wheels that don't have the right capacities, just check them just to be safe. You don't want to be going down the road and have the entire wheel and entire fall off and that be racing you down the road. That wouldn't be any good. So just make sure you check that and see if there's any stress cracks or anything like that. Again, I'm no expert, but I do like to make sure that I've got all the right equipment. So anyways, hopefully this video helped you guys out. I know it's not a professional's opinion or point of view, but it's something that I learned recently looking for new tires and wheels, and hopefully it helps you out. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys out on the water and out on the road.